hopefully our new recruits are ready to step up, and returning players are ready to step up even more, and we can put ourselves forward and say, hey, look at us, Concord Esports, we're better than you.
What's the fate of the VAL team?
How much can I say?
Oh my.
Made it the playoffs. We went 6-3 in the regular season. Sadly, we lost the 2 games in playoffs, but that happens sometimes. You never know you're running into.
Kind of like I said, the first time I did this interview was like the chemistry between the team. Like a bunch of us, like the 4 main players on the team have all been here for the past 3 years. And we're all finally clicking together on Maroon. We all know like where we want to play and who we want to play and the matchups that we want. So a lot of that just came together really well. And I think we had a really good season compared to the last couple.
Playoffs are going to be rough. It's where the best teams are playing, obviously. And we went up against some really tough competition. And I hate to say it, but we lost. But had a pretty good record in the regular season, which I'm pretty proud about that.
When I play Smash and I lead the team, what I try to keep in mind are like what everyone is good at and what people are not as good at. Since we don't really have a team-based system like other teams do, or they're all playing at the same time. So what I have to do is if someone has a flaw in this area, I will have to find someone else to supplement that. And what I hope to do during our practices is that everyone picks up good habits from each other and learn from one another, because we all have different skill levels, we all play different characters, but the most important part of Smash is learning all the fundamentals.
Next year is my senior year, so I really want to win. I want to win something. I want to win whatever league we play in. I think NECC was a good league this year. We switched to NECC, and I think we played well, we performed well, so I would really like to see a win here. The teams are going to switch around a little bit. I know we have a couple of good recruits coming in. So I'm a little nervous about the fall season just because it's a pretty big jump starting to play competitively as an incoming freshman if some of them do get bumped up to the Maroon team. But other than that, there might be a player or two from the gray team that played really well that could be moved up to Maroon. So I think that overall we have a good chance to do it, but there's going to require a lot more time and dedication on all of us, myself included, on lathering our fundamentals and staying more calm under pressure and being more consistent. I think one of our biggest problems this semester was inconsistency.
I'm hoping to win playoffs. Of course, that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of work, but considering how this past semester, this past year, we did very well in the regular season, shows that we can go further beyond, because in previous seasons, we've always been scraping by the skin of our teeth with 4-4s and stuff like that. And this time we went above that and went 6-3 in the regular season.
I don't know who's going to be captain next semester. It might be me, could be Ashton. But if I am the captain, I'm going to have them watch pro VOD videos of their characters against characters they don't know how to fight. We're going to have more labbing, fundamental training, and more online play.
Kaya, just thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. For me specifically, I showed up here freshman year a couple weeks after I moved in, and a couple of my buddies in my dorm told me to try out. And ever since then, that's where I met you, and ever since then, you've been nothing but a guiding hand. You've done nothing but teach really well and help me grow as a player, as a person, and just being there as a friend. But outside of just being there as a friend, really just helping me grow as a player. And as a coach, you've been a great coach and a great captain. For a guy that didn't even own the game when he joined the team, you did a lot. And I really hope I can't overstate the importance of how much you did for teaching me the game, but also teaching me, how to play and all the different facets of what the game looks like and is. So, thank you.
Keep playing Fire Emblem. It was fun playing Smash Bros. And it's funny making you angry.
Man. She was here as long as I was, I met her when I first started Smash. And she's always been kind and courteous and a good friend. I don't know what I'm going to do without yet.
I mean, for me this season was like not good enough because I came from a really good season. Then I was in the top 8, almost top 4. And in this one I get down in the second round with a really good player. But I think it's like in a step back in the esports.
I think it went really well. I did a whole lot better than I did the first semester. I made the playoffs both semesters, but the second semester was a major improvement. I just felt better at the game. I was able to get past my defenders and stuff a lot better, score more goals. I felt more confident too.
I feel definitely the first season was better than the second one, since new updates came along. I couldn't catch up with all of the new features the game brought with those new updates. But overall, I think it was decent. It could have been, of course, better, but the goal of qualifying for playoff was achieved, so I'm happy with it.
Being that it was my first season, I think it went pretty well. I think I went 5-3 in the regular season, and then I won a couple playoff games. Yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty happy with how I played. I don't think I can be upset about it. Obviously, I want to do better next season, but I was pretty happy.
Play against anyone else, and it worked so much better. And I wish I'd have done that on the first game instead of trying to take a whole different approach.
There are a lot of things when it comes to picking a team for the game. How the players are doing in real life, that changes a lot into the game.
I mean, it's really hard because all of us are also like we play esports and we also play another sport. Like three of us play soccer and Robbie plays track. So with that amount of time, we just try to practice on home and just tell us about like some tricks or good teams, but we don't practice that much to it.
I guess the biggest challenge would have been like just being my first time playing like competitively like this. You know, it was kind of nerve-wracking at first. I remember my first game, I lost it like 4-0 or something, and then the next one I went back and won and ended up winning the game itself in out of 3. And I guess so. Just really overall getting over the nerves, getting over never doing it before.
For next year, I hope I think the group we have this semester and last one, we get like a good solid base. Like we never meet. We have all the players playing playoffs every time. So the first objective will be like all playoffs, and I hope if FIFA makes a good FIFA this time, we can get at least third round each one.
I want to do better than I did this year. I think that's possible. Like Valorant had said, I think that I just need to play a little bit more. The more you play, the better you'll get. Yeah.
I think the spring 2023, I feel like it went good. I feel like it was the first time that we played in a different league other than ECAC. So there was a little bit of shakes up with like the different divisions, and we got placed in a really, really good division. So we were playing against like really good teams, and so it was a good experience, I think, for my last year to have. I was a little disappointed that, I mean, we did get the playoffs, of course, but we normally tend to like win the first match of playoffs, and then we go to maybe our like second game of playoffs, and that's kind of where we end off at. But nevertheless, we did end up in playoffs, and I feel like for my last season, as a starter, I feel like it's been a good end to it.
This season we could have done better, but I feel like we did overall pretty well because most of our games were very much tied. We just sadly were on the losing streak of the tie. I'm a tennis player, so in tennis terms, we went to deuce every single time and just couldn't get past deuce.
It did not. It didn't really go good. As far as like numbers, stats-wise, we won 2 games. I think it may have been 3. We kind of got stomped a lot, and that's not fun. And you know, somebody has to lose, but it shouldn't be us because we're awesome. I don't know. Don't know. I expected better, and I know we were in a higher division maybe than we have been used to playing in, but I really was hoping we'd do a lot better, especially in like this new league, right? Because the big thing with ECAC is like, man, it's all over the place. You know, we're playing against like top 500 teams. Well, if we got seeded in this division, then it's supposed to be people we should be able to compete with. And some of them, like, I guess we did, but a lot of them we didn't. Just sucked. But aside from matches, I think like the season itself, I think our team grew a lot. And I'm really proud of everyone in that regard. Like scrims, practice. I'm still proud of everyone.
We were going against the first seed. It was definitely intimidating, to say the least. I'd say everyone was quite anxious about it. Leading up to playoffs, it was definitely a hard run. And the first round felt really good. I felt like there was a lot of energy going, and we took the first round, and I feel like our nerves really built up and we let our mentals get to us after we lost the second round, even though it was close.
Kind of, from my perspective, it was kind of scary because I had a lot to live up to, you know, with like, you know, better DPS who was before me. So it was a lot to live up to, and I felt kind of nervous that I wasn't going to be able to perform that well. But, you know, your team works, when you're working with your team and everybody's, you know, helping you out and giving you advice, and I've had a good support system with my team, and they've helped me get through a lot. They never, you know, yell at me for doing something bad or anything. They, you know, they're like, hey, you could do this instead. You know what I mean? I have a very supportive team.
I was ready to be done. I'm not gonna deny. I am double majoring, so when I heard that we probably weren't gonna make playoffs, I was like, ooh, time to do homework. But I was so happy when we actually did end up going to finals, and we had potential to beat the top, the highest people we went up against, the ranked #1. Just, again, just like the season, we hit that deuce wall and couldn't get past it. So I'm happy that we did get to finals.
Pretty big obstacle. It's a lot of learning curve, and progressing that fast means you're playing with a lot high skill tier players much faster. So where I was used to playing with platinums, I'm now playing with masters, and it's kind of hard to keep up sometimes. So that's probably one of the biggest obstacles, has been the climb.
I'm really hoping we make it further towards playoffs. I mean, further throughout playoffs next semester. And even if we don't, I'm really hoping for more personal improvement, because as I said, it was a rough semester, well, half a semester for me, and I am hoping that I can take this experience to grow and learn.
Smoke people out. You know, same as this year, win playoffs, some sort of title. I don't know. I want to win. I always want to win. Hopefully our new recruits are ready to step up, and, you know, returning players are ready to step up even more, and we can put ourselves forward and say, hey, look at us, Concord Esports. We're better than you, and awesome, and really great, and handsome, charismatic.
That in the fall, our VALORANT roster will no longer be competing, as we will be taking a development year to be reassessing our plan for that team there. We did just lose 4 of those students to graduation 3 of them to graduation, so I'm really excited to see where they go. But because of that, we need to reevaluate or create a team again that fit the brand of Concord Esports and meet our standards. So we will make sure they'll be back ready to go once we have that new roster moving forward. So we're not leaving Valorant. We are taking a development year to reassess and recommit to Valorant.
Me personally, I'm gonna focus more on my individual skill, and throughout the season, and I'm gonna try to bring the team together. Which I'm selecting is gonna be complete new players, and I just want. Basically what I'm trying to say is, it's gonna be a new page. With a new page, there's a new story, there's new challenges, there's new goals to achieve. And that's what I'm looking for. I just want new challenges to be brought in, and yeah.
I have officially transferred to Cumberland University in Tennessee. You know, like the area, moved into a bit of a bigger city. It's kind of what I was wanting as well. I didn't like being out here just secluded and alone, and you know, it's a bigger campus. And yeah, I mean, definitely some of the things that's gonna hurt is, you know, losing the friends that I have here, or not necessarily losing them, but like moving on from the friends that I have here and not being able to see them every day. Like Arthur, I love talking to Arthur. Dawson's cool to talk to sometimes. Drew. It's just like, I mean, the professors as well, my support staff. I mean, you, John, Angela, Austin, everybody who's been here for me. You know, it's gonna be kind of hard moving on from them, but I know that I'm moving into a better situation, and all of you guys are gonna definitely make the transition easier.
How does it feel to have the push and the support from the staff in the program to be the face of the program and kind of lead our brand and our name to like the next level?
It feels really good. It feels really good. When I originally committed to the school last year, this was the goal. This was the dream, to bring on an all SSL roster to compete with the big dogs. Hopefully beat the big dogs. So it feels good that, you know, a year later we're finally getting there. We're finally making it happen, and it's gonna happen next semester.
I think we improved a lot as a team. We came in not sure what to expect and accomplished more than I think any of us thought possible by the end.
It was great. I loved it. Everything about it. The land, the online tournament, everything like that. I mean, just playing with Ethan and Will, loved it.
I would say it was a lot of ups and downs, but really it was down then up. Like at the start of the season, we didn't even think we were gonna have a team. It was just me and Ethan. Like, we were fully prepared to, you know, not compete at all. So I think just the simple fact that we even got 2 guys in Wiley and Sly was really great. And then the fact that, you know, they meshed well with us, and that we actually not only were able to play, but actually got some results. Like, it definitely felt really good.
Well, I mean, towards the start, we weren't sure if we were gonna have a team, and we ended up having to do open tryouts. Wiley came to us, and you know, as a new team, we weren't sure how we were gonna do. We hadn't played with each other at all, so everything was unknown. I think that was our biggest challenge this season, was starting a new team and having to get right into things from the beginning. But I think we all meshed pretty well and managed to figure it out. We've done wonderfully as a team.
Most of my challenges were trying to keep up with Will and Ethan. So as a Champ 3 playing with an SSL and a GC2, GC3 player, it's tough as a Champ 3 to kind of get that speed and rotation along with them. So on occasion, they would have to kind of dumb down their level, dumb down their speed in order for me to be able to keep up with them. Most of my challenges were in-game. I didn't really have any school challenges or anything along with that, academic-wise. And then, but as the season went along, I started getting more accustomed to it and starting to play at that higher level, and now I'm looking into actually being in that higher level.
The biggest thing that I really quickly realized is I needed to improve my personal mentality, because if I'm down, I bring the whole team down. And that was true to a degree last semester because I was the best player, but also being the captain means I needed to step up my own personal mentality and approach to the game, because if I can stay positive, I can stay focused, and I can stay fighting, then so can my teammates. So that was the biggest change.
Yeah, I think absolutely next semester we're gonna kill it, and hopefully we can bring in some titles just as they did. Hopefully we'll become the new legacy team once we move out.
So I'm excited for our A team to move down into our B team, and then that whole new fresh recruits coming for our A team looks very exciting.
It's definitely going to be tough. It might be my personal bias, but I think that Rocket League is one of the most competitive collegiate esports out there. So it's going to be tough. There's a lot of schools with, you know, more resources than us that want it just as much as we do, but I certainly think that we'll be competitive on a national scale. I think that we'll have a lot of opportunities to win, you know, in our region, win LANs, win in-person tournaments. We'll definitely have the skill set to that, so I think we'll bring some dubs.
For the spring split here was really well. All of our teams made playoffs. And then on top of that, all of our teams but one made top 16 in the season. This was our first season playing in NECC, the new conference that we joined in. Great conference. All of our players really like playing in that conference. It allowed us to have more performance and have fairer matches against people of our similar skill level, which got the matches super tight and close. So they were all more fun to watch on stream and watch them, and more fun to play in them as well. Other thing that I thought was really good this year is a lot of improvement that happened across all of our teams. All of our teams' skill level has increased greatly over this semester here. So I'm really excited to see where that moves into the fall semester here, upcoming here in 2023, to see what happens after this improvement that we had in the spring semester. I'm really excited to announce that we will have a in-person arena for all match days. From now on, our players will no longer be playing from their practice facility. They will be playing from our match day facility in a room, in a building in Ray Hall 304. We're competing from there. All match days will be streamed and played from there with in-person fans that can house up to 165 audience members in the facility watching them actively compete in match days. So we'll be able to house teams here, host tournaments here. We'll be having high school teams coming here and hosting their tournaments here as well. Other college teams will be here. So it'll be great opportunities for us to host a lot of different events in person and level up that side of our program here. Another thing I'm really excited for is moving forward with more community-driven activities with our players, having more events for them outside of just playing esports, having them go on community activities, from helping cleaning up the local area of Athens, to playing volleyball together, outside activities, playing board games together, doing different dinners together. So I'm really excited to see where we take that to help the community drive forward even more as part of our esports program there. Those are the two big things. Some other small things that we can't announce yet. There is one other big thing that we're not allowed to announce yet, but I'm sure you'll get to see that here over the summer, so it'll be a pretty exciting when that is able to be announced. To achieve this next year with all of our rosters that will be playing next year, I want one team to actually make top 4. I would be so happy in the fall if one of our teams can make top 4, and I strongly believe that our Rocket League team will be that team that will be able to hit top 4. I also do believe that our Overwatch team and other teams can also hit top 4. I'm excited to see which one of them does hit top 4. That'll be one of my major goals, and one team actually maybe win a championship. That'll be nice to bring a trophy home and a ring home. But overall, the big thing I want for is my players to continue improving themselves and improving their professionalism and their readiness to get a job once upon graduation. So not only competing, but I'm also really excited to see how my players, who have a lot of seniors next year, who are about to graduate, to see if they can land jobs within the industries that they're looking to do.
I've had the benefit over the past 3 years of being in constant contact and an observational third eye, watching Concord Esports develop. And I'm elated to participate and help elevate this program to the new limits. We're going to get a championship.